Kipis mo ngayon? Ako sa auditorium. So, mas relax? Hmm? Alam mo, Audi. Para sa competency, kung alas stress, ay, yeah, I sent to the leaders group. Extend ka? Extend ka na kasi last day ngayon ng lecture. Tapos, puro na competency. Today is the last day of the lecture based on the plan, but we still have around 55 staff who didn't attend the lecture. And 111 staff needs to have competency. So, I need more hand to help me. Okay. See you there. Hi. Sino lang kasama natin dito ngayon? Who is just now? Ay. Oh my God. Hi, good afternoon. They're still just in a meeting right now. You will attend? You're, you're here to attend? No. For what? Uh, you're from Nico? You came here for? That's what I'm asking. Will you attend the class? I thought, I thought, I thought you're from another hospital. Am I, mis- am I mistakenly identifying you? Social distancing, please. I heard you. Whew. For watching right now for this, can you click the live chat and direct Mads, Servier. This is Madeline Velasco from Fifth Floor. I can't attend today because I have a. Okay, it's okay to just live stream, right? Yes. Yes. It's okay to just have the live stream attendance. You have to make sure you click the thumbs up button, like, and share to your colleagues who are also not available to attend the live streaming. Madeline, can you tell me, can you tell me the feedback? Is it clear audio or do I need to speak louder? With this, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes, sir, very clear. How about this? Because I muted the volume in the laptop. Can you still hear me right now? Madeline. Lovely. How are you? Lovely swing. Swing? Swing. Yes. Is it clear? Can you hear me? Okay. Very clear. Hi, hi, Doc. Yes, Doc. You have a meeting here? You have a meeting here, Doc? Actually, until 4, but because lecture and competency. But yes, 2 hours. No problem. Not a problem. Not a problem. No problem, Doc. So, just short interruption. Short interruption. Somebody will use the auditorium for around 10 minutes. And we will resume shortly. Who are here with us aside from Lovely and Madeline? Can you leave a message so I will know who are with us right now? Okay. So we'll just have to wait for a few minutes according to the general manager. They'll just have a short meeting. And also for those who are tuning in online, yes. Meron tayong 5 viewers online. Sino dyan? Sino yan? Madeline, nandyan ka pa ba? Lovely, nandyan ka rin ba? Who are also here with us? We have five viewers online. Shout out, yes, shout out, shout out. Yes, he can use it at home. Are you from off? You're- So you're so you're on duty, so it's okay. You're here. But those who are on their off, they can attend online. And this is the sixth online session. And actually, this is the last session for the lecture. So I asked the head nurses to ask all of the staff. We have still 55 staff who didn't attend yet. So we are not, the auditorium capacity is not enough for the 55 attendees. And maybe some of them are at home or not on duty. So better they will just have to attend online lecture as long as it's clear. So whenever you have any feedback regarding the audio, if it's not clear or you cannot see the PowerPoint, For those who are attending online, just send a message so I will be able to see it. Meron ba sa inyong naka tawag dito, naka unlimited or dito tawag dun, GBG GBGB GBGB lang, GBGB. Meron pa bang unlimited ngayon? We have five viewers right now. Can you just drop a message so I will know who are those attending online? Two, I already know. Madeline and Lovely. Yuri, hi. Yuri Magtoto, you have to be here at around 3 to help me. And Annalisa Kalisagan. Are you on duty, Annalisa? Si Annalisa Kalisagan on duty? Aha. So it's clear, sa? Sige. Sige. Mag-ano ka, magkulong ka sa kwarto diyan. Mag-attend. Ayaw niya akong makita sa sa malapitan. We have to still keep the social distancing. So, only two, tas dulo-dulo lang. So, sorry. We'll just wait for a few minutes because the GM, Dr. Fahad, um, will just use the auditorium for a while, around 10 minutes. We also have here Muhammad Rahmat. You're off, Muhammad Rahmat. Ali, also Lino. You're on duty, sir? Lino? On duty. He's on duty today. So, okay. Because I've mentioned this is the last session for our lecture, and we still have 55 staff who didn't attend yet. You are from Nico, Donita, Anomonsi, Anomonsi? You didn't attend yet? You did the competency? Yes, I discovered it, huh? Brainy. I caught you. Why you did the competency without attending the lecture? Maybe you can escape, which I discovered. Sorry for that. I'm checking everything, checking the attendance, counter checking with the manpower. I know who didn't attend, who did the training, and who failed. For example, I have my database. I'm off. So for those who are online, just message later if it's not good audio, for example. But until now, is it clear? Sorry for this short interruption. We'll just have a short break, the beginning break. So maybe we can discuss, we can discuss now while they are doing theirs. So why not? It will save our time. And I have a paper there I left. So later on, upon going inside, you have to take all of you your copy of your competency. What's your score in the competency? And now you will know it. Okay, you're the first one to do it with me. Okay, yes, sir. Okay, so we can start. We will start this COVID-19 updates and why we're doing this. This is the last session. And why is this the last session? Because we have a deadline. We have committed to the management that before the opening, the full opening of the hospital, we have to make sure that nurses are confident. Nurses are competent in answering questions about COVID-19, about IPC guidelines. If they will come to you and ask for demonstration, we are sure that you are competent enough, confident enough to perform whatever they will ask you about COVID-19 or about IPC. This is very important. We did this before. We went to your units, do competency, and you put this in your in-service schedule and finish. 99% of the nurses received the information through CNE, through our education sessions, through your in-service, but still we need to do it again. Why? Because of the updates. Sorry, we don't have enough chair. Uh, we need to have to repeat this because of the updates that we have received from Ministry of Health. Abashero, um, Dr. Fahad is there. Just quick, he said quick meeting, then we will return back. But I started to save time. Yes. So yes. And yes, sir. Hmm? Okay. A lot of interruptions. Sorry for this. And you can maybe take this, but GB help them. This is heavy. So few minutes and we will be there in the auditorium. Is it okay that I'm starting this here? It's okay? It's by age. Rim TB. Who is this? Hi, how are you? Welcome to this live um, training of COVID-19 updates. So, just a quick reminder, we are doing this for you to be confident, for you to be confident in answering the questions. If there will be rounds by the IPC, rounds by the management, rounds by the quality, or rounds from nursing. So after receiving all these updates, we have to make sure that you will answer and you will have the picture of nursing department as well equipped, well uh, ready department for this kind of scenario. So we have to know COVID-19 is from the coronavirus disease 2019, and this is from Wuhan, China. It has been first identified in December 2019 in Wuhan, China. That's why COVID-19, because 2019, the discovery of this. And the WHO, or World Health Organization, already announced that this is already pandemic, global disease resulting in ongoing spread in more than 185 countries and territories. So as of May 6, 2020, I didn't have just the latest numbers here, but these are increasing daily. More than 3,000 or 3 million, sorry, 3 million cases of COVID-19 worldwide. There are more than 250 deaths. But the good thing here, more than a million are already recovered from the disease. So one of the most important thing that we nurses should know by heart is the clinical presentation, or what we call the case definition of COVID-19. We have two case definitions of COVID-19. First, patient with acute respiratory illness, sudden onset of at least one of the following, like fever, cough, shortness of breath, and in 14 days prior to the onset of this, at least one of the following epidemiological links. We have four epidemiological links for the first case definition. First, we have to ask the patient, do you have do you had a history of travel abroad? So history of travel abroad. We're not specifically asking, do you have travel in China, Bahrain, Kuwait, Italy? Because this is already pandemic. Okay, so next, have do you have any visit, or are you a resident of these areas which has been identified by MOH to be high risk areas in the kingdom? One, we have Riyadh, Jeddah, Makkah, Medina, Qatif, and Hufuf. Again, these are the six high-risk areas in the kingdom identified by the MOH. First, Riyadh, Jeddah, Makkah, Medina, Qatif, and Hufuf. So all these are part of our competency. So you have to remember all this. The second, or the third epidemiological link is a close physical contact with a confirmed case prior to the onset of the symptoms. Okay? Then working in a healthcare facility. So if you're a nurse working in a clinic or in a hospital, immediately this is a score of three in the respiratory triage checklist. If you are a resident of Riyadh, this is already part of the epidemiological link. The second case definition of COVID-19, these are any patient, admitted adult patient with unexplained severe acute respiratory illness or SARI. The first is ARI, fever, cough, and shortness of breath. The second is SARI. So these are adult patients admitted with unexplained SARI. It's either community acquired pneumonia or hospital acquired pneumonia. Okay. And epidemiological link is not required for the second uh, clinical presentation. Some of our patients may also have other gastrointestinal symptoms like um, diarrhea, vomiting, nausea. So we are not removing this from our questions. It's part of the respiratory triage checklist. Later on, we will see the respiratory triage checklist. So what we have discussed is the suspected case definition. So now, what is the definition of a confirmed case? Confirmed case, this is defined as suspected case with laboratory confirmation of COVID-19 infection. So here in the hospital, we are taking the NPS to get this RT-PCR result. Okay. Do you have any question until this point? Okay. For those who are watching online, if you have any question, just type in so at least we can answer these questions. So close contact. You have to define close contact. This is the approximation of the distance from the confirmed case within 1.5 meters. Okay, within approximately 1.5 meters, and they added a time duration, a prolonged period of more than 20 minutes together in a closed area. If we are with the patient for more than 20 minutes, we this will be considered close contact. And another one, having unprotected direct contact with infectious secretions. For example, being coughed on. For example, the patient positive coughed on us. So this is also considered as close contact. So now, um, this is the respiratory triage checklist. Immunocompromised. So based on the answers, we are giving the scores for the patient. And what is the score for the respiratory pathway? We have two pathways. The regular pathway wherein the patient who are coming to the hospital will go to the OPD, for example, for their clinic appointment. Okay? If their score is 0, 1, 2, and 3, they can go with the regular pathway. But if 4 and above, they have to undergo to the respiratory pathway. The initial instruction is to do hand hygiene or do hand rubbing, which we have a procedure for that for 20 to 30 seconds. And the patient will be advised or will be offered surgical mask. So again, hand rubbing and surgical mask. What then? The nurse who or the porter will accompany the patient to the ER door. Then they will open the door for the patient directly to the isolation room. Is that clear? Then the physician will assess the patient, will order for NPS maybe, and whatever the disposition will be for the patient, we will follow based on their recommendations. Okay. So we know that we are putting our patients in negative pressure room. And if the negative pressure room is not available, we are sending the patient to a single room with HEPA filter. HEPA filter. HEPA means what? High efficiency particulate particulate air. Okay, HEPA filter. So we have to monitor the negative pressure room. So we have to make sure that the negative pressure is having a reading of negative 2.5 and below. Negative 2.5 and below. The air cycle should be more than 12, and this has to be checked by the engineering weekly. The temperature has to be checked 20 to 24 degrees Celsius, and the humidity should be within 20 to 60%. So we have this log form. We are posting this on the door or on the wall for the negative pressure room monitoring, and we have to make sure that we know the normal values. Okay? Can I ask? Wait, what's your name? Nabanita? Who's Nabanita? Yes, Nabanita. What's the normal temperature in the negative pressure room? Did you hear her? I didn't hear her. 20 to 24. Donita, what is the normal humidity in the medication room? In the negative pressure room, it's 20 to 60. How about in the medication room? Is it the same? Ano, Monsi? Ano? What's the normal temperature in the medication room? 18 to 25. Very good. How about, wait, I know your name. Sonia? Where? Who? Do we have Sonia here? Not Sonia here. We don't have Manjula here. Manita. CG, CG Vargas. Yes. What's the normal humidity in the medication room? Is that correct? What's your name? Amrita. Is that correct? No. 30 to 70. So medication room, 18 to 25 degrees Celsius. And uh, audio. The audio is clear. What happened to audio? Oh no. We cannot hear you. Oh no. What happened? No? Can you hear me now? The audio is gone. Not only feeling is gone, the audio also is gone. Can you hear me now? Or still? Yes, clear now. Rim TV. Is this the OR staff? Rim? Okay, okay. So, sorry for this. We're discussing about the negative pressure room. Okay, we have to proceed with the distance of patients between each other. Patient distance between each patient in ER. What's the acceptable distance of patients in ER? 1.2 meters apart. How about in the ward? They will be in a shared room, for example. Their distance between each other should be 1.2 meters apart. In the waiting area, 1.2 meters. So all of this, ER, waiting areas, in the ward, 1.2 meters apart. How about in the critical area? 2.4 meters. Yes, very good. Now, we have this awareness sign. Are you reading awareness signs, nursing awareness signs, or are you receiving this in your email? For example, this is an example of awareness sign. Did you read this before or received and delete? Are you deleting immediately once you see awareness sign? Delete. So you have to read these awareness signs, okay? I exerted efforts to make this. Okay, so this nursing awareness sign number 76 is showing us the definition of a close contact and how are we going to do the monitoring. So we have three kinds of monitoring for those healthcare workers who had contact with COVID-19 case. So first, self-monitoring. Self-monitoring, from the word itself, we will just monitor our own symptoms. So, for example, twice a day, we will check our temperature. We will have to know if do we have cough or shortness of breath. Self-monitoring, sore throat. Second, active monitoring. Active monitoring. What's this? There will be somebody who will be having a regular communication with the staff who are exposed with this COVID-19. For example, the MOH are usually calling, do you have any symptoms today? Like this. If there's a regular communication with those staff who are exposed to COVID-19, this is an example of active monitoring. Next, the third, self-monitoring with delegated supervision. So an example of this is the logbook for ARI, wherein the staff in the door, they're checking our temperature and also they're asking, do you have any symptoms? Do you have cough? Do you have fever? Do you have shortness of breath? So we are self-monitoring ourselves, but we are telling it to somebody who is in oversight of the hospital or the institution. So the definition of self-monitoring with delegated supervision in healthcare setting means healthcare worker performs self-monitoring with oversight of the healthcare facility. Okay, for example, the IPC. What if the staff developed a symptom? Okay, if any one of us, for example, or those who are on duty, or those who are at home, somebody, healthcare worker, developed a symptom, what will be the process? Will you decide, kalas, I need NPS, I need to stop my work? So you have to go to ER for assessment because they will tell you what will be the action. You may stop work. May have to do isolation or home isolation, or do you need admission, or do you need NPS, or what? The decision will be coming from them. If we experience any symptom, the first action we have to go to the hospital and be checked by our ER physician. Okay. Now this is the next awareness sign. I will just summarize it to have a clearer view of what is the exposure risk. If we are exposed to a positive case, what are the criteria or what are the factors we need to consider? Can I have a paper? I left my papers there. So I will just give you an illustration how to better know this. So the for those who are at home, they will not be able to see this, but I will just try to make new things. Okay. Are you seeing this? Okay. Now, if the patient is wearing, if not, if the patient is not wearing a mask, if the patient is not wearing a mask, and you not wearing a mask, this is high risk. If the patient is wearing a mask, you are still not wearing your mask, this is medium. If the patient is not wearing a mask, you are wearing your mask. This is low. If both of you protected, wearing your mask, this is low. Okay. So next question here: is the what is the management if you are wearing your mask or the patient is wearing a mask? I'll just also share it to those who are here attending online. So I'm just doing this same thing for them. So this is just a quick and clearer view how we are going to memorize this. So this is an illustration. I'm just going to draw if I can do it here, just to be fair. So for those who are online right now, you are seeing this table. So the first, I'll just repeat for you also. Okay. So this is the table. If patient is not wearing a mask, or I will just put an X, meaning this is a patient not wearing a mask. If patient is not wearing a mask and the nurse is also not wearing a mask, this is high risk. Okay? Then if patient is wearing a mask, if the patient is wearing a mask, but the nurse is not wearing a mask, this is what? Medium. Very good. Maybe there's a delay. High, medium, medium, and if the patient is not wearing a mask, you are wearing it. What is this? So, and if both of you are wearing your mask, patient and health care worker. If both of you are protected, this is low risk. So I hope this illustration will give you a clearer view. Again, I ask one of you. For example, Mary Hope, because she just came, so I want to make sure that it's clear for her. If your patient is wearing a mask and you are not wearing your mask, what is this risk? Medium, very good. April, if your patient is not wearing a mask, you are wearing a mask. What's this risk? Low. America. Your patient is not wearing a mask. You are also not wearing a mask. What is this? Virus. So it's very clear, very easy to understand, very easy to memorize. This is how we will do it. Okay, next we have to know what is the management for this. For example, if this is high risk, if this is high risk, what's the management? You have to stop duty, do NPS, and you will stay on quarantine for 14 days. Okay? What if it's medium? For medium risk, stop duty, do NPS, and return on duty after a negative result. Okay? After a negative result. What if it's low? For low risk exposure, no need for NPS. You have to continue your duty. Clear? Any question till this point? None. Any question? What is this showing us? If you notice, if once the healthcare worker is protected. Once the healthcare worker is wearing a mask, the tendency of the exposure is low. But if the healthcare worker is not wearing a mask, so the tendency of the exposure is either medium if the patient is wearing, and high if both of them are not wearing. Now, I want to know, we have a new staff positive for COVID-19. So, those staff who are with her, for example, why do they need to do MPS, for example? Do they not following the proper universal vaccine, for example? So we have to link this to the current situation. We have to link this with the, is this only for lecture, or is this the real and right management for the people, or like that? So once we know this, we have to know our way of dealing with the people. Okay, now we have some of our staff who got positive, okay, with the COVID-19. So what are the criteria for them to be cleared from the disease? So we have three criteria that has to be met. First, I'll just share with you the scenario. Once they will be positive for COVID-19. Once they will receive the result of COVID-19 positive, MOH or the hospital will call them, and they will be brought to a facility for COVID-19 positive. They will stay there, no visitors allowed, and they need to have two negative results. They need to have two negative results for them to be cleared from the disease. This is the first criteria. The second criteria, they need to have, they need to finish 14 days quarantine period. After the two negative results, they will be discharged from the government facility. They will be sent to another quarantine facility by our hospital. In our case, those who are positive before and after discharge from the government facility after negative results, they went to nursing accommodation and they stayed there for 14 days of quarantine. And they have to be cleared from the disease or they can go back to duty after um, at least 48 hours asymptomatic. So again, once they are positive, they will be shifted to a government facility for quarantine. They need to have two negative results. After two negative results, they will be discharged there, but they will be shifted to a quarantine facility in our hospital. It's in the team. They need to stay there for 14 days more, and they have to come back to duty at least 48 hours asymptomatic. Okay, is it clear? Do you have any questions? Do you have any stuff previously positive? Is this the correct? Did it really happen to you? Or can you share it to us? What's the scenario? Wait. After knowing that there's a positive result, what happened? MOH called you. Infection control from the hospital. Then they shifted you by ambulance. Stage here. This is another scenario because this time we are still not all the positive cases we are shifting to MOH facility. But during her time, we are already treating active cases. Okay? So now we have patients active cases. So at first time we stay here. How long we stay here? Total 21 days. Um, after the admission, okay? When did they do the initial MPS? After admission. Upon admission, they did. Upon admission, they did MPS. After 3 days, then the result. Oh, so it depends also on the result day. Then Hmm. Uy, mashallah. How's your now? Five times insertion. The insertion. So, and then they counted 14 days after, or 14 days is included? Ah, after 21 days of staying here because of this four times of the results, another 14 days where in building to accommodation. So this is another scenario. So what I'm telling are those who got positive the first batch, first and second batch. Maybe you are the third batch. And when we are already admitting positive cases here. So 21 days after that discharge, another 14 days of quarantine, then at least 48 hours you have to be asymptomatic. This is your first day. This is your third day. Did anyone call you or assess you for your symptoms? Dr. Ahmad from IPC is reassessing the patients to make sure before coming back to duty they have to be at least 48 hours asymptomatic. Okay? Do you now have symptoms? Yeah. So do any one of you have symptoms? Because symptomatic staff no are not allowed to go for duty. That's why if we will go to the hospital door, they're asking us, do you have any symptoms? Do you have fever? Do you have cough? Because if you have, it has to be assessed, like what we are discussing. It has to be assessed by the physician, your physician, and they will decide if you will stay, if you will be on duty, if you will have isolate, if you will do isolation, if you they will do NPS for you. So first step, be assessed, be reassessed, take this reassessment by the physician. Now, we need to know what's the transmission precaution of COVID-19. What's the transmission precaution? So how it is transferred? How is it transferred? So contact and airborne. So we have to remember contact and airborne. What are the PPEs we have to use if it's contact? Gloves and gown for contact precaution. And also for airborne, what is the PPE? N95. Do you have the new and updated isolation signs in your unit? Running sequence of PPE first, gown, mask, face shield, and gloves. So did you notice that Face shield is not part of the MOH recommendation. Only gown, mask, gloves without face shield. So it has to be, you need to wear face shield. Still, we have to wear this face shield. We can add this to aerosol generating procedures or AGPs. Aerosol generating procedures like suctioning, nebulization, NPS, bronchoscopy, CPR, uh, those procedures which may generate aerosols should have N95 and face shield. Okay, what's the sequence of or removing the PPE? First, the dirtiest, gloves, then hand rubbing in between. So don't hurry, okay? Don't make it in a hurry manner. Again, gloves, then hand rubbing, then face shield if you have face shield, then gown, then mask. Remove the surgical mask inside the patient room and N95 at the door, outside the door after closing it. Okay? Now, droplet, we already mentioned, it's surgical mask. And in airborne, it is N95. Now, if we will transport a patient, COVID-19 patient, what should be the preparation? The first step will always be the same. First step is notification of receiving unit. Notification of receiving unit. What will you tell? The diagnosis of the patient and the transmission and the isolation precaution if this is contact and airborne. Next step, you have to notify housekeeping, notify the security. So why security should be there? To limit the number of people who will be passing through or the crowd control. Why the housekeeping should be there? Clean the pathway, and after passing through, they have to clean it, disinfect it. Okay. So what will be the preparation for a COVID-19 patient? What will be your PPE? What will be your PPE if you will transfer a patient, COVID-19 patient? Huh? So we said this is contact and airborne. So remember, if it's contact, we have to wear gloves, no gown. We have to wear gloves. And if it's N90, if it's airborne, we have to offer surgical mask to the patient. But if the patient cannot tolerate it, we will wear N95. Again, so what will be our PPE for COVID-19 transport? Gloves, and we will offer surgical mask to the patient. If the patient cannot tolerate it, we will wear N95. So what if, for example, the patient is only contact precaution? For example, the patient has a wound, um, and this is contact precaution. So what will be the preparation of the patient? We have to do dressing, impervious dressing, meaning there's no leakage for the patient wound. What else? The patient should wear clean gown and white sheet. The linen. Yeah, the patient should be covered if it's contact precaution. So we have to remember we have to do hand hygiene every time, and we have to use this we have to use disinfectant which is MOH approved in our hospital, which is what they use SurfaSafe. We are using SurfaSafe to disinfect the wheelchair or the stretcher after doing the transport. What if the patient is droplet precaution? Droplet precaution. What's the preparation? We have to offer surgical mask, but if the patient cannot tolerate it, we will wear surgical mask. But at this point, all of us are wearing mask, universal masking. It's very important. If it's airborne, we already mentioned a while ago, we will give mask, surgical mask. If the patient cannot tolerate it, we will wear N95. Do you have any question? We have to instruct our patients, especially for those who are droplet, for those who are airborne precaution patients, to do the cough etiquette or respiratory etiquette. They have to be reminded about this. AGPs, we already discussed about this. What are the examples? It has to be done in a negative pressure room, or if the negative pressure room is not available, it has to be done in a single room with HEPA filter. Again, there's no audio. Audio again is not available. Are you hearing me? Or still there's no audio? Please acknowledge. Please tell me if I'm having problem in audio still, or it's clear now. Now it's okay. Okay. Michelle is also with us. Rasek Dia. Okay, you can hear me now. We are discussing the transportation card should be also you have to bring the transportation card with you. If the patient is COVID-19, so you have to bring two cards, contact and airborne transportation card. Okay. So if we will go inside the patient room, if we will go inside the patient room, this is a COVID-19 positive. So what PPEs will you wear? What PPEs will you wear? Gown, mask, and what mask? N95 and gloves. Jelaine, are you with us? Have you dreamt of the you're dreaming of the positive case? Okay. Any questions? Now, what are the types of cleaning done for the patient room? If the patient is still there, this is daily cleaning, regular cleaning of the housekeepers. But once the patient has been discharged or death or transferred to another unit, terminal cleaning has to be done. Who's responsible in terminal cleaning? This is both responsibility of the housekeeping and the nursing staff. They will, what will be our role? Once the patient is discharged, we will remove the linen, we will remove the equipment in the room. So we have to disinfect using Surfasafe and keep it outside. The housekeeping will be notified. They will go remove the garbages, they will remove the curtains, and they will start their terminal cleaning. So the process of terminal cleaning, they will start from the ceiling. Okay, they're starting from the ceiling. Do you know how they're preparing their solution? Why do we need to know this? Because it's our responsibility to monitor, to supervise if they are doing the procedure correctly. If we don't know, so how will we know that they are doing it correctly? First, they have to do it in the ceiling, then the wall, then the floor. How to prepare the solution for sealing? They're using 5 liters of water plus half of the Clorox. So starting from the ceiling. Then they will prepare another solution, 5 liters of water and half bottle of Clorox for the wall. Same. Then, if they will proceed to the floor, they need to have the three baskets, the blue, red, and yellow. They will now use 10 liters of water and one box of powder detergent. They're using Tide powder detergent here. So this first mapping, 10 liters of water and one box of powder detergent. Second mapping, 10 liters of water, only water. Then the last mapping is 10 liters of water plus one bottle of Clorox. So what are the agents used in terminal cleaning by our housekeepers? They are using powder detergent and Clorox. Okay. How long or what's the duration of conducting or performing this terminal cleaning? Usually they will take 1 hour to 1.5 hours to finish this terminal cleaning process because they will start from disinfecting the mostly touch like the knob, like the cabinets, like the remote controls, like this. And then they will do the terminal cleaning process from the ceiling to the walls to the floors with three type of mops. Okay, after terminal cleaning, fumigation has to be done. So who is responsible in doing the fumigation? The biomed. The biomedical team are responsible in doing the fumigation. We have two kinds of machine, the old and the new machine. Very important to know, um, the old machine, which is a smaller machine, will take around 40 minutes for the fumigation process. After 40 minutes, we can use the the room. Immediately after 40 minutes, we can use the room. But for the new machine, I think they're done. For the new machine, it will take 3 hours. It will take 3 hours before we can use the room. So if we will have the fumigation, there's a fumigation paper outside the door. You will see there start time and end time. So very important to check end time because end time is the time wherein we can go inside the room. For example, they put start time 2 p.m. End time 2:40 if they use the old machine. So 2:40 we can go inside. We can have another admission for the machine for the room. If this is new machine, how many hours? 3 hours. Those who are doing the fumigation should wear full PPE, including shoe cover and head cover. So this is for the biomed. Nice to know. We can now go inside. Okay, we're almost done. So now we are shifting inside the auditorium. Almost done. How was it? For those who are watching us online, we have nine staff who are watching right now. We have Michelle Nisperos, we have Rim of OR, we also have Lovely of OR, Medlin of Male Ward, Rahmat of Male Ward is also with us right now. And who else? Who's- uh, With this, I will put your name in the attendance. So you have to make sure you will leave a comment for me to put your name, cross out your name in the attendance sheet for me to know who attended and who are still not attending this lecture. Who are still with me here? Marjorie Fojas also here. Lini Augustine, are you still there? Lino, Annalisa Calisagan, are you still there? So I have to make sure that you are staying until the end or from the beginning until now because if not, I will put non-attendance. Social distancing is there, okay. And make sure guys, just return it here in front. Okay, for this time, people who are there online, please leave a message now. At least I know who are still with us from the beginning until now. So I can make sure and put in the attendance sheet your names, please. And for the YouTube purposes, you can click like and thumbs up for this training session. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Okay, so now what's the next step in our presentation? Can I invite Arlo? Can I invite April and also Jelaine in front? We will do hand rubbing. Jelaine, are you still there? Or BG na lang? Background na lang. Here in front, Ano and April. Here in front, we will do hand rubbing. Yes, sir, from the beginning up to now. Though some words are not clear, or maybe because of the audio, or maybe because of the internet quality that we have. Okay, April, with social distance, can you get ample amount of sanitizer? How, oh, we have a lot. We have enough supply of sanitizer. Can you ask a cleaner outside, please? GB, can you please ask a cleaner to have a refill or have another bottle of like this? Maybe we can replace it or refill it. Okay. Now, we have to do hand rubbing. We will observe. We will observe. Move here, Shreya. Move here. Yeah. So, guys, observe how they will do the hand rubbing. We have to make sure that the process or the procedure, step by step, is followed. Go. How many seconds? 20 to 30 seconds. 20 to 30 seconds. I've seen different steps. Okay, so they're done. Now, let's review with them. What should be the first step? Get ample amount of sanitizer. Do you have a card? A new card for hand rubbing and hand washing? Do you have? Huh? No one? Because in the new card, it's mentioned there, the first step, get a pumpful, pumpful of sanitizer with cup hand, then distribute, then palm to palm, then palm to dorsum, vice versa. Friction is very important, and also your nails should be trimmed, but your nails should be clean, and also no jewelries. I know you're rich, you have a lot of golds, but it's not the time to show it. Okay, palm again, palm to palm, then dorsum, vice versa. What's the next step? Interlace, then interlock. Next, rotational of the thumb. Rotational of the thumb. It's either like this or if you'll do like this, because sometimes we're seeing like this. But what's mentioned in the steps? Rotational. Okay? Or do like this. Vice versa. What's next? The fingertips, vice versa. And let it dry and your hands are safe. The step for the wrist has been removed. Okay? Removed from the recommendation. Hand washing and hand rubbing, they remove the wrist. Clear? Okay, thank you so much. What are the 5 moments of hand hygiene? 5 moments before touching patient. Next, before aseptic procedure. After touching the patient. After body fluid exposure risk. After touching the environment or surroundings of the patient. Again, before touching a patient, before doing a aseptic leak or procedure, after body fluid exposure risk, what's next? After touching the patient, then after touching the environment or surroundings of the patient. Here, what do we mean by universal masking? Use of mask, surgical mask, um, every time during our duty, and if we can do it from the time of going out of our house, we have to do and wear mask or surgical mask. What is social distancing? This is a distance between our colleagues 1.5, more than 1.5. Okay? And we have to make sure that cough etiquette is followed whenever we will have to cough. It has to be covered. by our sleeve or by use of a tissue paper. Then discard tissue paper immediately. We have a healthcare worker sheet, healthcare worker contact to infectious disease in your floor. It's written, it's posted on the door. Whenever you will go inside the patient room, you have you will be exposed. So you have to write your name after the first exposure every shift. For example, today you will be assigned to an infectious case. You entered the room for the first time. Make sure before leaving the door, before going back to your station, you wrote your name there with the date. If you will go back within the same shift, no need to put your name again. Only once per shift, okay? But you have to do it every time that you are having exposure, every shift. Okay? For example, today you're assigned there. Tomorrow you will be assigned there. So your name will be there. Both of these days. Because some of the units before, once they put your name once, they will not do it, they will not write it anymore. So we have to do that. Write it every shift of your exposure. Clear? Do you have any question? Any questions until this point? I just need to answer this. Okay. For those who are at home, do you have any questions? For you guys, do you have any question until this point? Because this is the end of the presentation, but we have to do the competency. For those who are there at home, make sure you leave your comments here now. Because those who will leave their comments now will be part of the presentation for for your name. So you have to leave your comments now for me to write your name attendance, please. For you in the auditorium, make sure you sign your name in the attendance sheet. Again, for those who are at home, for those who are attending this at home, please send a comment again. Hello, can you hear me? What is that, sir? Yes. Is this is this your way of writing? Um, yes. Just say present. Just say present. 2330 present. Yes, in your ID number. Good. Better. Competency will be done for the attendees online on your next. When will you be available? Because today is the last day of our presentations of our lecture, but the coming days will be for the competency. This will be extending until 15, until 15, May 15. But this will be the last. So you have to attend the competency until May 15. So you have to arrange with your head nurses. And for those who attended here in the auditorium, I am not promising that all of you will finish the competency. But I will ask help. I will ask help now from our head nurses who can attend with me for the competency. Yes. Sure, no problem. For those who wants to come back tomorrow is okay. Arrange with your head nurse. Usually at 9 I am here. At 9 I'm here in the auditorium to to cater those who needs competency at 9 until 11. Then if you are not available until this time, arrange with your head nurse and they will arrange with me for the availability. Otherwise, I will ask other head nurses to do it for you. But coordinate, please. Who wants to start? Who wants to start competency? Calling ano, but not allowed that. Yes, sure. Why? You know, male ward, I think only one did competency from male ward. You you are the least percentage of completion. When will you do it? Tomorrow? Okay. We will just wait for those who will be doing the evaluation for you. Joy is coming. She will be joined by another head nurses because Abushara called me for an important thing. So in your competency checklist, write your name, staff acknowledgement for the education, and on the backside, you have to write your name also for the competency. Front for the education received, and at the back, evaluation. Put the date today. So I will put in the attendance Muhammad Rahmat, Lovely, Rim, Michelle, Madeline. Only five. Rim, Muhammad Rahmat, Lovely, Michelle, Madeline. Only five attended this session. Am I correct? So only five attended. We have Marjorie Fohas. Marjorie Fohas. And for Veer, you can click like and thumbs up there. For me. Officer called me now again. He called me. I will go to the office for another task. Yes. Okay. Who wants to start? It will be with Joy. I called Anop or whoever. Um, I will follow up also after this. Okay. So you'll be with Joy. Follow with another staff, another head nurse to come. So we can start with the competency. Who wants to start? Ano or Donita? Huh? What? But this is not good. Not following instruction. So you have to start with her because why you did your competency without the lecture? Why? You know that you need to attend the lectures, huh? You attend the lecture online when I didn't see your name. I didn't see your name in the online. And you need to verify it. Okay. No problem. You attended the online. You finished the competency. I will verify it with Joy. Yeah, but you will verify it now. You will be the first. Okay. Yeah. Joy will verify. You validate. Whose paper is this? I hope. I hope. Wait, we have 10 watchers right now, but only 5 staff send their names. Annalisa attended. Lino attended. Really? Joy, you're with Annalisa and Lino? 50 attended? Okay. Annalisa and Lino also attended. So we have Clearveer. Who is this Arabic? Who speaks Arabic here? Please state your name. Sorry, Clearveer. Who is this? Sorry, I cannot read Arabic. Translate how? No, Clearveer. So, ha? Hindi na, tapos na nga, nag-attend na nga siya online. You attended online, sa? And you attended this lecture. And you finished, just to verify, you finished this. Najla, sir. Najla? Where's Najla? Are you not on duty, Najla? Or do you have a patient? Sorry, kung kanina ka lang sa office niya, no? I'll just follow up. Thank you. Yes, sir.